0. Right, let's go. I'm going to record beforehand.
Evening, everyone, and we are live on YouTube. You're listening to the From the Banking podcast, or you're watching it on YouTube live right now. It's 10 to 9 on the 3rd of April, 2026. Now, I know a lot of you last week were saying, where was everybody else? Well, I've got one of them back. I've got Arran.
No, come
Arran's
on.
back. How you doing?
I'm alright. I'm alright.
So Amber hopefully will be on ever so shortly, but Amber has been at work all day. So we're not sure if she's going to be on. Hopefully she'll come in halfway through. But this week's podcast is all going to be about a Marshals perspective. Basically, when you're spectating at a circuit, you see things in a certain way. We see things in a slightly different way. Basically because we've got access to more areas, access to more knowledge. We know what's happening more or less around the whole track due to being in contact with race control through radios and all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to dive straight into it, mate. And I'm going to go straight to you because you're the only one that's here. And two, you probably get most interaction with the spectators. So, we have somebody watching already. Wow.
Yeah, I saw an alright. It's live on YouTube, so it's probably him.
Either that or it's my daughter downstairs, one of the two. So from a Marshals perspective, mate, I want to ask you, I know you have hundreds of stories and we'll get to that, right? But have you had anything from a spectator that you think, that shouldn't really be coming from the public?
Well, I'll be honest, around the paddock, the Spectators pretty well behaved. You occasionally
But
get the
that's
one or
because
two
they've got
that
teams and they've got team managers, they've got cars moving and stuff. So I suppose they have to be, don't they?
yeah. Not. I mean, like around the paddock, like just the public. There's one that I can think of. Where we told somebody wasn't allowed to assembly because you have to have a wristband to get into assembly. Basically saying, I'm with a team, I'm allowed to be in here, basically. And you have to be over 16 to be in assembly as well. And this guy had
Do
a
the
camera
teams
out.
get allocated a certain amount of wristbands?
Yeah, they do. I have no idea how much. I think it's, you just go along and I think you get them at race control.
So for talking take, if they say your team's allowed 5 wristbands this weekend, you saying that you get people coming up saying, well, I'm with the team, even though there's like maybe 10 of them type thing?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I think the way it's done is in race control, you get it, so like you go up and just like get however many wristbands you need. So I'm going to chat at the same time. Yeah, let me just think for a second. Hold on, my brain's gone. Yeah, so I think you just go into race control, just grab set amount of wristbands that you need for your team, and then that does that. But you do get members of the public who just want to be down near the cars, which I get, because cars are cool. We all agree that. But then, in terms of insurance, all that, you're not allowed to be in there. So we had one, I think, to do with camera. He was told not to be in assembly, just kept going back and just wouldn't go away until I can't remember how we got him away, but we got away somehow. But otherwise, public are pretty good around the place. The touring cars, there are a lot of people, and sometimes people just aren't really aware of their surroundings. But then a lot is going on, so it's understandable. That's why we're there, end of the day. Because if nobody else is there to say, yo, there's a Porsche going up behind you, then you don't know about Porsche. I don't know where the hell that came from, but you get the point.
Yeah. See, it's slightly different for us out in the banking because we're dealing with the general public that are not near the offices and they're not near the teams and they're out in the middle of a field. And so what many people maybe don't know is, yes, we're there and we're watching the cars, we're looking for leakages, body panels hanging off, drivers not wearing gloves. It happens, by the way. Nets that are not up, all that.
I get an assembly enough.
Yeah.
In assembly, the drivers are horrific for that. Like, you'll be waving the green flag at assembly, whistle's gone, go, safety car's going, there'll be somebody sat like third place still trying to get their helmet on. It's like, what are you going to do that?
Exactly. So out in the banking, we're looking for all that. But at the same time, we're not responsible for, but we will report anything that we see from the spectators that isn't as it should be. Now, I would probably say one of the biggest problems we have with spectators as marshals is, and it's something that is so simple, and it's what they do is they get you've got the ankle barrier around a lot of the track now, and they sit their
Yeah,
kids on the ankle with their legs dangling over the other side.
yeah, no,
That's
can't do
probably
that.
the biggest issue that we have. And if a car comes off, there's a reason the barrier's there. It's to stop you getting hit. And if a car comes off, it's somebody's legs that are getting crushed.
Yeah,
Those are
I
generally
mean,
the ones that we are reporting constantly on a
yeah,
touring car weekend. Not so much on an SMRC weekend,
mm,
but when you've got a higher
sure, can't be
percentage
said.
of spectators there, it's going to happen a bit more, you know.
I mean, it reminds me of I think it was a Northern Irish TV ad, for Safe Driving or whatever it was. And there's somebody sat on a fence with a leg standing underneath it, and a car comes on, crashes into them, and the legs get cut off. That just sort of reminds me of that. Um, it's the exact same premise, really, isn't it? You know,
Hmm.
got. I mean, I think I want to say at the hairpin, not on the exit hairpin on that bit straight before you get to the pit lane, the
That
uncle is
that
above
can
the
be
tire
quite
barrier.
that can be quite prevalent with it some weekends. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I say
that's
like
absolutely what I assumed it'd be.
super bikes and touring cars for definite. And you know what? It's innocent enough because the parents are just trying to get their kids somewhere to sit because they've maybe been standing for
Yeah,
hours. And it is very, very innocent, but it's also very, very, very unsafe.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
we will generally say to them, we will gesture to them, we need like legs back over or move over that type thing. Um, if that doesn't work, then it's a radio to race control and not kill security will come down. Not kill security have been known to throw people out before because they've started an argument because it's just my kid sitting on the wall. They don't realise the
That's one
implications
that
if something came off.
like, I know it happens, that's also not close to your can't speak, will not close security. But it's I would imagine, like, in my head, 'cause I just don't, to be honest. It's just one of those things where I can imagine not close security going on, telling you off, and then again, like, "Alright, sorry mate, oh, yeah, sort it out." Not sitting there and arguing with them, but I suppose it's sort of just the person I am compared to other people maybe, at the end of
It's
the day.
just it could be anything. It could be we don't know what's happening in these at home with these people. It could be somebody's had a bad day, so they've come up to there to get away from it all. Now they're getting told off for having the wind's
Yeah.
legs hanging over the edge. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Um, it's it's mental, and I don't think a lot of people realize how not kill security are about all day, the whole circuit, because they don't walk about with high vis vests on, and they don't walk about with like the police with their body armor and security and stuff on the back. It's an unsuspecting car or an unsuspecting little transit custom, a little white one. They'll just drive about as if they're looking for a parking space, and then they'll park up and they'll watch and that type of stuff. It's
Yeah,
really
no,
good
I can
that way.
imagine it. I mean,
And the other
the
thing that
panic
we
as
get out
well.
in the banking, and again, you probably won't get in assembly, and it's along the lines of the old wacky backy. So at the opposite side of the circuit, you'll get a you'll get a whiff of it type thing. Generally,
Right, I get what you mean.
yeah. Generally speaking, we wouldn't
I can
do
imagine
anything.
Clark's end.
Uh, yeah, Clark's can be quite
Yeah.
bad for it.
I can it's
D
just
Saying
that's
that,
really bad for it.
one of the worst ones I ever had, and we actually did have to report it. Like I say, we don't generally report it, but this time we did have to report it because it was so bad, and that was post two. They'd
Post
obviously came
2.
over the bridge, and they'd walked down, and the way the wind
Oh,
was,
yeah, that makes
it
sense.
was blowing it straight. Now, if it's group of guys out for a weekend having a laugh, your business is your business. But if there's kids kicking
Women
about,
and
it
drunk
becomes a
stuff.
different story.
Yeah. Um, well, what was I gonna say? My brain just think for a second. Yeah. One thing that comes to mind in assembly, with, well, not really the public, but more the teams. There's a rule in assembly where you've got this blue wall here,
Mhm,
and then in Tanker's office and the assembly area, and the cars are on
mhm,
their side. bit of grass here, then you get track. The
Mhm.
rule of assembly is that you're allowed to sit on that blue wall. Just if you're sat on it, you've got let's say you're sat on the wall here and you're facing this way.
Mhm.
Although your body's facing this way, you've got to be looking this way. No, no, I can't think. You can't have your back to anything that goes on assembly. That's it. It's been a while, okay? It's been a while.
2 seconds, mate.
Yeah.
2 seconds. Thanks for letting me know, David. It's not my daughter watching. It's fellow Marshall.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't have your back to anything in assembly. Because if there's a car coming up behind you and you don't see it, then they might need you to move. And then Liam's in there as well. um,
Evening, guys.
He's watching me just fumble this. But yeah. Um,
What
so
is it they say when you're
basically
on
just
stage? Just imagine them naked.
oh, can't you see him? That's the point. Uh,
That's the film. You must have heard that before, have you not? Like if people are
I
getting
have
up
heard
at
that
like
before. Yeah,
doing speeches and stuff. Aye.
doesn't make sense to me, but I don't really want to get into it either.
I think what it's
uh,
meant to do is it's meant to make you feel laugh internally, which kind of usually the butterflies will
yeah.
disappear if you're nervous and that kind of stuff. Anyway, you carry on, mate.
I don't really like even I can translate that to motorsport actually, because even like the touring car weekend, not this year, but year before, was very busy in paddock, and I was sort of the Sunday I was set up to go to paddock. Well, I wasn't too happy when we sent to the paddock, but been told what to do, go get on with it, so I had to park all the touring cars up and all touring cars, yay. But yeah, it was actually quite good fun in paddock, because half the day I'm sure the folk to get out the way of the cars,
Mm-hmm.
and I find it really funny because everyone moves out the way and it turns around and says a 15, not even 15-year-old, 14-year-old shouting at them. That's like, oh, move out the way. What are you? But they're all to the side anyway, so it works out. But
Do you know what though?
one
See
point
when
we had a
you see
rule.
when you've got the overalls on and you've got a tabard on that says
Yeah,
Marshall and stuff. I think people understand.
I
You
mean,
would think there'd be
I
more
actually found it
people
cool.
signing up, wouldn't you? You would think there'd be more people signing
Yeah,
up when they can see old people, bald, fat people like me that can do it, waving
grab
flags and
it.
stuff. And then you get the young people like yourselves that are out in assembly and stuff.
Yeah,
So
just a random 14-year-old
motorsport
trying
and
to like, moving
marshalling in
Porsche.
particular is for all ages. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
All
mean,
ages, all body types, all sexual orientations, everything. Everybody's welcome. It's
I
one big
know.
massive family, you know.
I'm ripping Liam out the audience into the podcast here. I know. He is doing by Silverstone, and he wanted to go to Marshalling down there. So I've done a bit of
Mhm.
it. And Silverstone don't actually let you marshal unless you're 16.
Yeah, see,
Like not even like
Silverstone have the Silverstone Marshals team.
yeah,
I suppose it's very much like SMRC Marshals, but obviously it's the home of British motorsport and stuff, and they can kind of make
yeah. It's gonna be
rules
could
to
be a
suit
lot more.
themselves. Because you'll notice a lot of the Silverstone Marshals, they'll have some of them have black overalls as opposed to orange ones. Now I
Doesn't really
don't
make sense
know
to me.
them. What's that?
Doesn't really make sense to me that. Like I
I
know.
think it's more of a hierarchy dress, right? So,
Yeah, but then
uh, so for talking sake, the flag marshal maybe has orange, blah blah blah, but the post chief might have black, and that identifies him anywhere as a post chief because he's wearing black. That could
yeah,
be it.
that's all. If it
That
was
could be it.
all the Merc black, it wouldn't really make sense to me. It was
Hmm.
like post chief maybe wearing black. That makes total sense because if everyone's wearing black and there's let's say just some naughty driver who's always getting black flagged for whatever he's doing, he's gonna look at everything and go, "Is that a black flag? No, okay, right. Is that a black flag? He might be an absolute muppet because he's getting a black flag into that laps.
But got to remember, you're only going to get a black flag at the start finish line.
Good point, actually. I forgot about that. I'll give you that. Fair enough.
You're not
Um,
going to get a black flag all the way around the track.
yeah. It'd be quite interesting if we did. But yeah. Overall, public are pretty well behaved for me.
Do you ever get
Um,
public trying to jump the wall from like post 10 up that wall at the back where the paddock bar is?
oh, um, Let me just figure out what you mean. Do you mean the rule by?
See where you took the video
Film
from
depth.
that day, and I was like, oh, I'm in that video waving a flag.
Yeah. Are you the one from the rallycross?
Yeah.
No. The rallycross. You ran the rallycross, mate?
No. But I was at post 10 the week before, and I was like, I was
Right.
standing
Okay.
there the other
Yeah.
day, and as you walk up towards the pit lane on the bank or behind the
Yeah. There's
spectator
a
banking bit,
blue wall.
the wall. Do you ever get them trying to climb up there to get in and stuff?
Um. A suit. I think I don't know what I mean. I think it leads up to assembly as well. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That wall. Not
Or
people
is it
trying to
too big?
jump. Not people trying to jump over it. They probably could jump
Right.
over it if they wanted to. But we do have people like, especially the touring car weekend, like especially that. Even at 9 a.m. on a bloody Saturday morning, you've got people with cameras up there, like that, top of the wall trying to get photos.
Right.
Which isn't really an issue, but it is just a bit nippy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You just look over your shoulder, there's a camera there. Hell, you know. I don't know
Yeah.
if you're actually allowed to do it. Um, I would just say don't do it. Photograph them in the paddock, mate. You're gonna get
Mm-hmm.
what better photos there, really, in my opinion.
Does the chief assembly marshal or anything say if you see anyone doing
Um,
that to stop them or?
I'm honestly not sure. If it's an issue, he will. Stuart, absolute goat. He's brilliant at what he does.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, most of the time it's mainly just folk going to temple and not meant to. Like, we'll make exceptions occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like either like a team member is we know the team like actually like team gear in this. I just haven't got a wristband. Then
Mm-hmm.
just whatever. I know you're a team member. We shouldn't. It's not really the procedure, but then again, you know, if you are literally drenched in this team's merch and
Mm-hmm.
like you're with the team and you don't know about a wristband, not really meant to let you in. But then end of the day, I know you're a part of the team, you know, so
Mm-hmm.
it's easy enough. Just to say like, yeah, you're part of the team, just go whatever. Um, but the main issue is under 16s because some people will like have a wristband and try to bring their kid with them as well, but then like they'll be
Right.
like 8 or something, and it's like, well, you can't really be down here because you're an 8-year-old. Like, as much as I get that 8-year-old might love cars, it might be the only thing they talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really be in an environment where that's would set them off for a race, you know, because they'll be the last thing they'll be thinking about is there going to be an 8-year-old running in front of my touring car, you know?
Mm-hmm. So you're talking about
But
8-year-olds that are maybe coming in with a member of the crew type thing, or just
yeah, I
in
mean, that's
general.
like in a not that it's happened, but in a scenario that probably could happen. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be. I
Well,
can't remember
here's
Jake
the
Hall's
thing for you
now.
then. Here's the thing for you. We'll go with an SMRC weekend, right?
Yeah,
So there is a team, the mechanic and his wife is also a mechanic, and they have a child that is 7 or 8 years old, and they try to bring them into assembly, right? But they don't have a band for them. Do you let them in, and do you not let them in?
done. Two
Right.
reasons why. One, don't have a
Well,
wristband. Two, hmm,
okay,
go on.
okay. Who's watching that 7, 8-year-old when the parents are actually in
Um,
assembly with the car?
well, the thing is with
I'm
that
just
is,
assuming that's all there is. That's why I went for an SMRC
yeah,
weekend and not a touring car
well,
weekend.
the thing is not. If you are bringing, let's say, both racing, right, and you bring your child with
Hmm.
you, first of all, there's most likely going to be some crew there. If there isn't crew, then the question is why they're at the track. Because
Hmm.
if you're bringing a child to a racetrack when you know there's going to be times when you cannot supervise them at the track,
Hmm.
they
Yeah.
shouldn't really be at the track without you, unless they could be trusted to like just sit in the paddock or go sit in the Duffest or
Hmm.
whatever and behave themselves. They shouldn't
There is
really be
another
there.
option. There is another option.
Or you can just send them to race control, maybe have fun. Honestly,
No, no,
I want to know what to
no.
do with that situation.
Before you come for the weekend, go into the motorsport.org, motorsportuk.org, sign them up as a marshal, and they can just sign a wee form in the morning, and they can be Stuart's wee thing all day.
Yeah, I got Stuart won't thank me for that.
That's a definite.
It's bad enough having me down there. No mind.
What is
Um,
the age of the youngest person now up in assembly?
that's a good question. I think at ooh.
Don't give second names, just first names. Because obviously they're quite young. For GDPR, we don't want to be giving second names on a live YouTube.
Well, first of all, I'm not so sure about the first name. I think I know the first name. I'm not going to say it because I'm wrong because I'm never going to be able to forget it. And also not to know a kid's first name. Really. I think around maybe 9 or 10. I might have that
9 or
horrifically
10.
wrong. But fair enough. Like ours, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can technically no, it has to be over 12, does it not? So it might be 12. She might be 12.
I don't.
I'm
No, I
honestly,
don't think
I
so.
can't tell you.
Because as long as you've signed a sheet of paper, like I say, I don't know the full rules against this. 'Cause I've never had to deal with it either. I've
I
never
think
been marshalling in assembly, and I've never been on like the chief marshal or
yeah.
anything. So I don't know the politics behind that
I
kind of
think
stuff.
what
There
it
probably is rules somewhere.
is a cadet marshal has to be between 12 and 16. I
Right.
think's the rule because I think 12 is when you're considered like competent enough to be there. But
Right.
honestly, I'm not really sure. There is probably scenarios where there is people younger than that
Mhm.
marshalling, but I know have parental supervision on 24/7. Well,
Mhm.
not 24/7, but throughout the day. But overall, I'm not sure.
Cool.
That's not so much what you gave to answer, really.
Aye, that's very true. So again, on
Um,
the Marshals Perspective side of it, I was going to ask you a question there, and it's just went straight out from underneath this earphone, and it's buggered off out there somewhere. I don't know where it went to, and I can't remember what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you something else. Do you know what? We're going to pricing because we don't pay to get into the circuit, obviously. So I haven't
we won't.
paid to get into Knockhill for racing now since 2011. I think the
Oh,
last
that's
time I
nice.
went to a touring car weekend, it was £21 for a weekend ticket. The last time I actually paid to get in.
That is mental, but that shows you inflation. Because
Aye.
just for the record, by the way, the last time John paid for a ticket for the race weekend at
Don't.
Knockhill Racing Centre, I was not even a year old. I would have probably been about 8 months old at the time, I'd imagine. Somewhere
Yeah.
around there. Just some clarity there.
Right.
But yeah,
let me give you some numbers for pricing. Right. So
okay, give me some numbers. Let's go.
SMRC. So Scottish Championship Car Racing, round one. This year is being held on the 18th and the 19th of April. Now, tickets for
Oh, let's go.
this are actually, I think, not badly priced in my opinion. So a
Right,
full
hit me with it.
weekend ticket, for an adult is 25 quid.
All right.
Do you know what I mean? That's for the whole weekend. That's for the car racing. And I can tell you the bike racing the weekend before is the same price. So there's no difference between going for a weekend Scottish bike racing or a weekend Scottish car racing. For that 25 quid, you're getting 2 full days of things on track, whether it be practice, familiarization, qualifying, racing, or SLS. You can't really call that racing, can you? To be fair.
I can't
If
tell
I'm
that a
honest.
delivery or not. That's
Then you've
hilarious.
got a 60 over 65. You're £19. Disabled's £19. Teen ticket is from 13 to 16 years old, and that's £13 for the weekend ticket. There's all kids at Knockhill under 12 years old do not have to pay for a ticket. They are free. You do also get student tickets, and the student ticket is priced at the same price as a child ticket, so it's £19. So if you are over 16, is it 16? I can't remember. I can't see from here. Yeah. So if you are over
Yeah, go with 16 year
16,
adult.
but you're still in full-time education, i.e. college, university, whatever, up to whatever age.
i.e. formal fin.
Yep. And that even goes for mature students that have went back to college. If you are a student, you are entitled. You will get your weekend ticket for £19. And that is for 2 days worth of action from 9 o'clock in the morning till probably after 5 o'clock at night. The rounds
Yeah.
are the races are meant to finish, I think, the Saturday 4:30, Sunday 5, but they always seem to run over. It's nobody's fault. It's just the way things happen.
No, it's Loudon's
What do you
fault.
think about those
Just
prices,
full
mate?
stop
Because
Loudon.
like I say, I've not paid for a ticket now for a good, 12, 13 years or so. I don't think that's bad for a Scottish car racing. Or the Scottish bike
Well,
racing. 25 quid for an adult for 2 full days worth of stuff.
in my opinion, but I'm gonna go take first of all, last time I paid for a ticket was my first ever race at Knockhill, and that was touring cars top 24. It was a
Mhm.
weekend ticket. I want to say I had to get 60 quid for my ticket. That's a team
Ju
ticket.
for yourself, for a child.
Yeah, oh, I didn't pay it. Mum paid it. Thank
Did
you,
you say
Robert.
that was touring car weekend?
Yeah,
Right, okay.
that was in 2024, I think.
Yeah, touring car weekend is more. We
I'm more than that.
it's obviously going to be more because you've got the big names, you've got, uh, bigger series, that type of stuff.
Pendulum.
Obviously, it's gonna be on the telly. But
Got
do
a
you know
lot of stuff
what?
on it.
If I'm being honest, a weekend ticket for the touring cars for an adult is 60 quid.
Is it?
I challenge any of you people out there that went to see Taylor Swift in the last couple of years to challenge me on that.
Well, I must be wrong then. I'm 60
Do
quid
you know
for my
what I mean?
ticket.
They're paying
I must have had it.
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds for 3 hours worth of some lassie singing on a stage
They're not paying
to
hundreds of pounds. They're paying grands at times.
at
You know?
times.
I mean, that's
Whereas
insane.
whereas you could pay 60 quid and go and see some of the best racing drivers in the UK.
See, right. Dilemma. Would you rather pay £2,000 to get a second-hand Taylor Swift ticket at Muddyfield in like was it 2024 something like that?
Mhm.
For watch for 3 hours, or would you rather what Pluto Racing, Tingham, Rowbottom, Shedden, Dexter Patterson, Aidan Moffat, and cars that go vroom, vroom, vroom for 60 quid?
I
I
like
mean,
to think that
how,
anyone
how
listening
many
to our
touring car tickets
podcast
could
would
you
always go
buy
for
with
your
a Taylor
second option.
Yes. Well, let me check this. Hold on. So let's say you're buying a Taylor Swift ticket for about £1,000. Let's say second hand. I'll go £1,000. Be generous. You could buy about almost 17 weekend touring car tickets for an adult.
Yep. And you could bring
That's
your
a bit
friends
crazy.
along and you could have a good time and you could see some
Oh, birthday party,
racing.
not kill. Come on.
But you would
But,
have to go home on the Saturday night because a
yeah,
camping ticket, so adult weekend ticket and camping is 105. So it's £45 to camp.
that's not
Um,
really that bad, though, is it?
it
I
isn't
mean,
really that bad if you consider there is drinking water on site. Okay. There
that's
is
true.
24-hour security on site. So it is a secure place that you're in. Like if you go camping in a camper van or whatever it is you do, I'm sure the site fees and that you would pay just to pitch up. Um, and you're getting to go down to the paddock club at night and you get to mingle with people,
Yeah. I mean,
mechanics, sometimes drivers. You get to do a track walk if you wanted to. You can come up to the Marshals campsite and speak to us. So
yeah.
£105. So a family of four. So say, let's have a wee look. So say 2 adults with 2 kids under 12, you're going to be £210 if you're camping.
That's not
Um,
bad, really. You know?
that's not bad, but it does jump up when you've got kids. So your 13 to 16-year-olds are £52. So say there's 2 kids over 12, then you're going to be 102. What did I say? 210 plus 102.
Yeah.
What's that, Mr. Maths?
Um, 210 plus 102 would be 312.
Yeah. So £312.
Where's my math out there, Mr. Woods?
Do you know what though? If that does actually sound quite a bit of money when you think about it. But
Yeah. I mean,
you can go in from the Friday. It's not just the Saturday and the Sunday.
yeah.
You can go and camp on the Friday night. So you've got Friday night
And
camping,
then
Saturday night camping.
On the Friday as well, you will get more action because throughout the week at Knockhill, before the touring cars, they
Mhm,
do testing all throughout the week. I know last year on the Friday, they had the PMRs out on track after the fire, obviously.
mhm,
Um, so, I mean, you get that as well to just go and camp out, and it's free to go to see anyways, if you're nearby, which I probably end up doing
mhm.
this year. You get probably a bit of contact from that, I'd imagine. But it's not necessarily that. I mean, as well, if you're camping over on Saturday, the best thing I can say to you is go to the paddock on that Saturday night, because this year I was waiting to do the Napa track walk. It's
Hmm.
so just like chilled out and almost like ominous how
Yeah,
quiet it is. You got the full day of action, the cars, the
yeah,
constant noise, and then you get
yeah.
to night and it's just the occasional like wheel gun, whatever. And the
Hmm.
drivers just kicking about. You just go talk to them. Like I ran to Tom Chilton after the crazy carts thing.
Yeah.
Didn't even know what was on. Just comes
I
knock your
know.
carts out of a trophy. And I can I get a
I
photo?
know.
Yeah, sure. But what
I've
it's broke
just
off,
I've
yeah.
just went on. I've just checked the super bikes pricing as well. So
There you go.
the super bikes pricing is £70 for the weekend, but it is a 3-day event ticket, not just a 2-day event ticket.
So you get 10
So
quid for
the
an extra day.
prices are going to be slightly higher. What I can say is the camping is the same price. But just for anybody that's watching this or listening to this, then if you are looking to go to the Superbikes this year at Knock Hill and you are looking for disabled camping, it is already sold out. Just so you
That's
know.
quite interesting. The amount of demand you get. I mean, just tell me, when is the Superbikes this year? What dates?
The British Superbikes this year is the 19th to the
Please?
21st of June.
That's not too bad. Because I'm considering whether I want to go watch that, because I've always thought I was going to watch it. I watched it on TV last year, TV Sports. But I
Mhm.
mean, I've never really been one to watch bike racing. I watch the occasional MotoGP race and the BSB occasionally, but it is quite good. When you sit down and watch it, it is quite good to watch, in all fairness. So, I mean,
Yeah.
but the thing is, no, how much is a team ticket?
2 seconds, mate. What do you mean team ticket? What do you mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
team
a
ticket for the weekend.
teen ticket,
Yeah,
as in Teen
they're
Wolf.
not team.
Uh,
Well,
right, a 2-day weekend ticket is 30, and
£30.
a 3-day £30 for 2 days. But that's 50. So it's basically £15 a day. But if you go for the 3-day ticket, it's 34. So it's only an extra £4 for
How much is Sunday?
uh,
I was
just
like,
for
Sunday
one
tickets on
day.
there. Yeah, just on the one day. I want to know that. Who are people there?
Give me a second, mate. British Superbike Championship Sunday. Right, adult is 42, senior is 31, disabled's 31, and a teen ticket is £21.
That's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was expecting that to be up there with like around the 50s, 40s.
Mm-hmm.
£21 to watch the British
Yep.
Superbike Championship
Mm-hmm.
race day. That's not that bad, really, is it?
Not bad at all, mate.
I mean, especially just being like down the road from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just lost my hold on.
But
My
do you know
bad.
what? You are a marshal. You can apply to marshal that Superbike.
Yeah, I'm no marshal. I need to figure out the bikes because I've got
It's it's
friends.
a slightly different flagging system for the bikes.
Yeah,
But I dare say the bit that you're in, the assembly and stuff like that, it'll be relatively identical to
yeah.
ours. I
Um,
think they're running. Are they not? Are they not running different direction?
well, that's a good question. Actually,
Might be. They might be running reverse direction.
there might be.
Sometime,
I'm
or
not too sure.
I don't have it up here actually. The event details.
It might be. But yeah. I've got mate. He's on my TikTok before. You're blowing to see my TikTok, Charlie Wappleton. He races in the 300s series this year at Knockhill.
Yep.
At Knockhill, and he's fortune. He's been saying to me, "You get Marshall on it." And I'm thinking about it because it'd be quite interesting to go Marshall. I'll
Yep.
be honest. But it's just
Mhm.
you go online and you look for it, and it's not really made all that clear. It might be clear. Actually,
Mhm.
I'm
Well, here's
expecting
some information for you then if you're thinking about marshalling it. So, on the Friday,
Here we go. Hit me.
the races on a Friday, the race count for the Friday is 0. It's basically practice, right?
Good.
Um, on the Saturday, there is 4 races that day. So that'll be practice, qualifying, support races, and 4 superbike races. On the
Of BSB
Sunday,
races.
Yep, BSB races. So
What's up
you
with the
will
racing weekend?
probably find. So you were saying it was £21 for the ticket, which you thought was quite good value, right? How many BTCC races do you get on the Sunday?
3 on the Sunday, 1 on Saturday.
Okay. Would you like to take a guess at how many BSB races there are on the Sunday at Knockhill?
Or taken, it was a 4-to-1 ratio on the Saturday. I'm gonna go. Well, we're going with that. I'd go with 12, but I don't reckon there's a big 12 body BSB races
It
on a
isn't. It
single
isn't. But it's 8.
8.
So you're getting 8 races on the Sunday.
So you get 8 races on the Sunday plus 4 on the Saturday. You get 12 races in a weekend.
12 races over the weekend. Now that's not bad.
That's quite good.
Considering the prices that I said before, that's not bad. You're getting a
So
lot of action for that.
£30 to go watch 12 mainstream races.
Yeah.
That's quite. I like that.
Not bad at all,
Anyway,
eh?
before I hit reality that bikes being a lot cheaper than cars is probably a good thing, let's move on to the next one. What's next? Because I'm getting lost in the PSP pricing. I don't know how they're affording that. Right, I mean, what we got?
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that you can think that you would see differently as a marshal than a spectator.
I mean, I would say merchandising, but we've done a episode on that before, haven't we?
Yeah, and we as marshals we do get a small discount at Knockhill, but it's not much in all fairness because to be fair, the prices of Knockhill stuff isn't that extortionate anyway.
Very good.
So
I know
what they're
we
charging people, they're probably making a little bit, and if they take a discount off for us, they're probably either breaking even or not making very much either. So they're still a business, they're still there to make money.
I know that we get free merchandise from the touring car teams. I know LKG Car Parts. I think it's LKG.
Yeah.
They gave us all free
There is
umbrellas last year.
there is generally a team will give the marshals freebies, so it'll be chosen between them who's going to give them. I mean, we had you've seen everyone wearing the white Goodyear hats. They were prevalent one year, so everyone got a white Goodyear hat. You'll get Napa badges and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that annoyed me because I didn't get one last year.
Is that
Amber was one on TikTok. I'm like, how do you get that? But yeah, I need to look
a lot of the
look at it
freebies,
then.
a lot of the freebie stuff. In fact, it's a question. It was a question I was going to ask, but I'll fill it into this one now because I'm aware that I'm running out of time as well.
Fair enough, don't blame you.
Marshals walking around the paddock at night time, which spectators can do as well, but we can walk around there after they get sent back to their campsite. The teams will see marshals and you'll get invited into the garage and we'll say, yeah, I think I've still got some of these like Wonder Wipes that I got a couple of years ago. They're brilliant. Mechanics will just hand you stuff like that and hats and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not old enough to be given bloody alcohol by a team. Feel free. I'll give it to my dad. My dad, I won't quit some whiskey. But I mean, I think as well, it's sort of just a spirit of motorsport and that as well. Because end of the day, we ain't there, ain't racing. So I think the teams appreciate a lot. Marshals a lot for it.
Yeah.
Probably more than other sports. Like, I mean, like in football as well, referees, they get so much stick, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But then your motorsport marshals, well, no, I do about talking there. Referees, without them, football games don't happen. Same without marshals, motorsport doesn't happen. Yeah, motorsport marshals got compared to referees is a bit mental. I mean, you can make the argument that referee being paid to be there and we ain't, but the point still stands.
No,
It is sort of
definitely.
shows how different motorsport is to other sports as well.
Yeah. So I think the overall basis of what we've talked about tonight is the perspective of the marshal is slightly different to the spectator, and we get a good turn of it, don't we? We get to meet the drivers and we get to speak to them and that kind of stuff. We get to
It's
walk
still
around the
a
track
new
at
game.
night time, kind of whenever we want.
Yeah.
We get if you go into a driver's briefing in the morning, the marshal's briefing in the morning, on a touring car weekend anyway, you'll get maybe Gordon Shedden will come in, or the ITV commentators will come in.
Yeah, that happened this year.
What's that?
That happened this year. I can't remember what one it was, but one of the commentators came down this year for it.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this, Mr. Addison, I'll be hoping to see you this year.
Yeah. David,
Now that you have let on what time you get to the circuit, you've no excuse, sir.
Yeah, good point. No excuse, yeah. So, David, just for the record, right? Yeah, go see them at Not Kill. I'm no marshal in Not Kill, all right? Go to Croft. Go see the marshals at Croft as well, because that's what I'm going to be this year. You didn't leave me out of it. Man?
That's very true. That's very true.
But yeah.
Listen, guys, we've been on now for 40 minutes, and I'm going to have to give this a bye because I have places to be and things to do. So, unfortunately, guys, Amber hasn't made it on tonight. I know Amber was working and she was having to work some extra. So, I'm thinking it's maybe went on a little bit longer than it could have been. Just a wee reminder, guys, if you could go to fromthebanking.co.uk, have a wee look at the website. You can link to the videos on YouTube on there, and the latest episode of the podcast will also be uploaded there as well. You can go on to w.gg and you can put our code in, which is FTB 2026, which will give you a little discount on some of their energy drinks. And for any marshals out there that are listening, we have a discount code for Baofeng if you want to buy on their website. That's when they're in main radios at the marshals, the scanners that the marshals use, just so they can listen into what's happening up at race control. Thank you very much, Liam. Much appreciated. Right, guys, that's us. Thank you very much for coming on, Arran. Much appreciated.
Yeah, no worries. It took me a second to realize you were told, but I'm a bit lost. My brain's gone.
I know, it's way past your bedtime, kid, isn't it?
Oh, shut up. What were they called last time, man? You didn't hear that one,
So if any of Aaron's friends are listening or watching this on the live stream,
Liam's literally in chat, by the way. He's waiting for me to get off. I know.
Just, I wouldn't text him the rest of the night. I think he'll need to put his pajamas on and go to his bed now. Right, guys, thanks very much for listening. This will go live on YouTube tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
On YouTube.
Highly edited, believe me. And let me know in the comments what you think of my little advertisement board in the back. It's an old telly I had lying about, which has got a horrible blue tinge to it. But it's been going the whole video, so I'm just wondering what you're thinking of it.
It reminds me of the advertising board you see at the football. Just lying there in the pitch. That's what makes me think, come on, you got to get the whole setup done.
That's cool. And it doesn't look. I've got a few cameras set up, which you'll see in the edit. It doesn't look as blue on the webcam as it does on this one. So I'm going to disappear. Thank you very much for watching. See you all later.
Everybody.